A whistle-stop or whistle-stop tour is a style of political campaigning where the politician makes a series of brief appearances or speeches at a number of small towns over a short period of time. A local municipality has a political rally scheduled that you don't want to miss. All the details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Morady, and with me today is Katie Worthington, who's the Executive Director for Winter Haven Chamber of Commerce. Yes. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, it is political season as we have on these wonderful political hats that you brought for us.
You're welcome.
To showcase our patriotism going on here today. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the political season coming up and the things that you guys have planned.
Sure, absolutely. Well, as we know, and I'm going to take this off because I can't really see you, but you can leave yours on if you would like.
I appreciate
You're
that.
very welcome, Jeremy. As you know, we're in an election cycle, if you weren't aware.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, I know. And in some ways, it seems like you can't escape it. But what's really important is that the public gets informed. We have a lot happening, and not just what you're seeing on the news every day on the national level, but here locally, we have more people running for office than we've probably had in a while in terms of the number of seats that people are running for. So every 2 years, the Winter Haven Chamber hosts an event called WhistleStop Winter Haven, which is a political rally and barbecue. It's open to the public, and we want to invite the public in to come and meet the candidates and learn more about the issues that are on the ballot and things of that nature. So it's really an educational event and a really fun atmosphere and casual atmosphere.
All right. Well, with the everything going on in politics on national level, we've heard so much about, from the different debates going on, fact checking, all that great stuff. How much of that is going to be playing into this local event?
Well, what we do, we invite each of the candidates in to basically, they rent booth space, and it's their opportunity to speak directly with the general public. So it's really the public's turn to ask a lot of the questions. So we don't necessarily do a debate or a formal sit-down format. This is an opportunity for you, the voter, to walk right up to the candidate and say, this is what's important to me, tell me what your stance on. And it's really in a one-on-one type of setting as you're going from booth to booth. And the great part is that we have some candidates all running for the same seat. So you have an opportunity to go in this aisle and ask this candidate the question, and then go to the next aisle and ask the next candidate the same question. So you really get to compare and contrast.
So this is a lot more intimate than what we've seen on these national rallies, stuff like that we've seen on TV.
This is not a forum. The politicians don't get up and give speeches. This is an opportunity for you as the voter to go up and have that one-on-one conversation with the person that is looking to represent you.
So now this year, just kind of going down the list in my head, I know with redistricting going on, all of our legislative seats are up for grabs at the state level.
The state level.
So I imagine we'd be having a lot of those folks coming out.
Yes,
for those
absolutely,
types of things.
absolutely. So we'll reach out to anyone that will be representing Polk County. So that would be both on the obviously all of Polk County. A lot of people say, oh, I represent Lakeland, I represent Winter Haven, and that might be true geographically, but when they go up to Tallahassee, they're all representing Polk County, and so we find it very important to make sure that all of our delegations on the same page. So we'll invite candidates from any seat that touches Polk County, essentially. So some of those may even be candidates where the majority of their district is in Osceola County or Orlando, but they have a sliver of Northeast Polk, and we want to make sure that they're invited. So actually any candidate is welcome that represents any segment of Polk County and for any seat that might be up. So whether that's a judge or a
school board
member,
county
exactly, county commission, all of those. And we invite all of the candidates, and candidates will need to register by the middle of July, June 30th for the early bird rate, and then by the middle of July to come to this event.
You guys have anybody registered already?
We do have a couple people registered already.
Okay.
A lot of people turned in their paperwork early this year, and so we hit all of those candidates first just to let them know, get it on their calendar. And so we'll be doing the second wave here, and candidates still have till June 20th, I believe, to turn in their paperwork with the county or the supervisor of elections office. So we'll have to kind of keep watching it over the next couple weeks to see who files.
All right.
So.
Well, now, on top of the elected officials' offices that are up for grabs, there's also going to be a number of ballot amendments this year that
Correct.
are going to be voted on by the public. You want to talk a little bit about those and how
Sure.
that's handled at the WhistleStop?
Sure. Well, we invite anyone, whether they're for or against an issue, a ballot measure. They can also have a booth at WhistleStop. And especially because a lot of people don't take a time to really understand what those ballot measures are when they get into the voting booth.
And when you get to the voting booth, it's been reduced so much in language
Yes.
that if you haven't done your research,
Right.
it's something like
You
this.
get the Twitter version of
Exactly.
basically what the measure is. And sometimes it's not clear what you're voting yes or no for, the way it's written. There's a lot that goes behind writing those ballot initiatives. So we, of course, really encourage people on their own to research what they're actually voting on those, on top of the fact that the ballot is going to be long this year. So when you think about it, if we have, of course, primaries are in August, so the number of candidates might get measured up quite a bit, but you're still going to have a very long ballot in November. So taking this opportunity to really understand what the issues are. So we do invite anyone that represents a political action committee or is for or against an issue to come and discuss it. One issue, for example, that just in Polk County we'll be voting on is the renewal of the indigent healthcare surtax, which is a sales surtax, half-cent, that we voted in 2004. The county voted. Citizens of Polk County voted to put in that measure to help fill the gap for people that don't qualify for Medicaid or other types of assistance. And actually, the Affordable Care Act doesn't cover this level either. So I think that's something really important. And what's interesting about that is that that money stays in Polk County. So it's actually basically meant to support the citizens of Polk County. And so that will be sunsetting in 2019. So they're starting with this year to put it on the ballot. And so that will be something that your viewers need to educate themselves on as well. Because it's not always clear when you get in the booth when you read those three sentences on what you're voting for. So.
Well, all the political stuff going on, the tail end of it is also barbecue, and I'm a big fan of barbecue. So let's hear some on
so we
that.
will have basically barbecue being served. We'll have a bluegrass band playing. We will have different types of entertainment things I'm working on right now. So it's a fun event. So it sounds, although we're talking about serious things in terms of the future of our community and our state and our nation, it's a fun event. It's super casual. Come as you are, come in, meet the candidates. Tickets are $25, which includes the barbecue. So that's basically your entry into the event, as much barbecue as you would like, and your opportunity to really get to know a lot of the candidates and ask them the questions that you want to ask.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And so it will be August 4th. We're discussing the date, August 4th. So before the primaries. So it's a good chance to come in and meet them before you go in to vote in the primaries. And we'll be having it at Heartland Auditorium, Heartland Church Auditorium, which is right in downtown Winter Haven.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
All right. Along with my hat.
Yes, absolutely. You can keep that if you'd like.
WhistleStop Winter Haven is an old-fashioned political rally filled with red, white, and bluegrass, and designed to acquaint the business community with those running for elected office. The Winter Haven Chamber invites you to check out the WhistleStop Winter Haven Political Rally and Barbecue Thursday, August 4th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Heartland Church Auditorium, located at 225 Avenue B Northwest, Winter Haven. Tickets for the public are $25 and include a barbecue dinner. Candidate and issue booths are $125 before June 30th, $150 after June 30th, with the registration deadline for booths on July 27th. For more information, give them a call at 863-293-2138 or check them out on the web at winterhavenchamber.com.